Hey YouTube, welcome back. Winter's finally here. It's the second day of winter now, and I've decided I need to get into the garden and get stuck into some pruning, some winter pruning. Now, the rose that you can see behind me here has started to go dormant, so it's a perfect time to get it sorted for winter and give it its hard winter prune. But also this heavy hedge here, I've been a bit slack and haven't really been keeping check on it through the spring and the summer. It's gotten a lot bigger than I wanted it to. It's still a lot smaller. When we first moved in, it was easily up to the completely covering the window there. It was about 2 meters by 2 meters. So it's still a lot smaller than it was, but I need to keep it much more compact because it'll just take over the whole garden bed. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to give that a quick prune first. That'll reveal and provide a bit of space at the back there for me to get into the rose, and then we'll get stuck into dealing with the rose. Okay, so I've cut back the Hebe there to give us a lot more access through to the back there. I probably would like to cut it down even further, but being that it's winter, I don't really want to risk too much damage from frost, because last year we actually had some quite severe frosts here. So I'm going to leave it as it is for now, and maybe I'll give it another trim in spring. The next thing we're going to work on is the rose at the back here. So you can see, we'll get in a bit closer, but you can see how it's pressed right up. It's a standard rose, and it's pressed right up against the window. It's fine through summer when the branches are all soft, but this time of year, when the wind and the rain are blowing it and hitting it against the window, the stems have gotten so stiff that they actually create a lot of noise and a lot of racket. The other thing is, it's started going dormant. It's dropped most of its leaves. Pretty much the interesting thing is the only leaves that are left on it are actually underneath the shelter there. So there's a tiny little bit of a microclimate, which has interestingly made the leaves at the back of the rose not drop their leaves as much. So I'm going to give it its winter prune now. So we'll go around the other side, and we'll have a little chat about that. So with the winter rose prune, you can see where I have cut it to back in previous years, where the thicker stems are. Roses, this is an iceberg rose, so it will flower on new growth. And so what we're wanting to do is, because it's winter and it's gone dormant, it's not going to put on any more growth, or it shouldn't put on any more growth this season. So we're basically just wanting to prune back all the new growth from this year, just to like a main structure for all the new growth in spring to come out of. So with deciduous plants, if you give them a hard prune in winter, once they've gone dormant, it'll actually stimulate lots of fresh, new, vigorous growth in spring. And for a plant such as this rose, that's perfect because you want all that new growth for all those new flowers to come out on. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to give a really hard prune off nearly all of this year's growth, back to a main structure, like I said, that all the new growth can then come out from. Okay, well there you have it. Gone pretty hard on it, but that's the great thing about pruning, giving things a hard prune in winter. You don't have to worry too much about damaging the rose. You don't have to worry about making sure you're pruning to all the tiny little branches. You can just go hard, cut it all right back. It's a fairly quick job once you sort of get into it. The only other bit of advice I would give when doing it is when you're pruning it back, try to prune to buds that are facing outwards from the plant, because that is the direction the new shoots are going to grow from. So you don't want all this like internal growth basically growing inwards into the plant. You actually want to prune it so that it grows outwards. That's pretty much it for today. There's a bunch of other stuff that will probably need pruning over winter. So I'll probably do some updated videos on that in time. A lot of stuff, we had really severe winters here, really severe frost last year. So this year I'm probably not going to prune as much through the winter just to give things a bit of protection, because certain things such as this salvia here almost got completely killed in the frost last year. So I thought if I leave the top foliage, even if it just gets completely burnt, at least it's just giving a little bit more protection to the stems and the new shoots lower down. Well, thanks for watching, guys. If you're enjoying this video, please give us a thumbs up, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. And consider subscribing as well so you can keep up with everything as the garden develops. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.